Good morning, sir. I am Deck Cadet Mark Anthony Colandog, and I am going to discuss for the passage plan. So since I already platted the passage plan from Calbayog City to Gihalo Bay, so here's now the result for my platting. So from Calbayog, I make a passage plan here from Diamante Arcade to San Bernardino Street and also San Bernardino Island up to this is Gihalo Bay. So here's now my platting for my passage plan from Calbayog City up to Gihalo Bay. So here's the course and ship speed as well as the coordinates and the course and the ship speed. So here's the danger zone area, the breaker, and also the coordinates and the course and speed. So the course to 255 degrees true and the ship speed of 10 knots as well as, so here's the coordinates: 12 degrees 3.8 minutes north and 124 degrees 35.5 minutes east. This is the coordinates of Calbayog City. So next is I will show you the solution for my plantation from Calbayog up to Gihalo Bay. So this is Calbayog City to Gihalo Bay. So solve for the 8 eta or estimated time of arrival. So here's the formula: time is equals distance over speed, which is the distance is 125 nautical mile and 10 nautical mile per hour, which is the speed. So I just simply divide it, so I come up with the answer of 12.5 and 5 times 0.60 to get the minutes. So we have now the hours, which is 12, and the minutes, which is 3. So therefore 1203 plus 0500 is equals to 1703 hundredths. This is now the estimated time of arrival. So first waypoint, 12 degrees 3.8 minutes north and 124 degrees 35.5 minutes east. So here's now the first waypoint, which is this Calbayog City, and second waypoint is 12 degrees 10.5 minutes north and 124 degrees 13.5 minutes east. Next is the third waypoint, 12 degrees and 22 minutes north and 124 degrees 14 minutes east. Then next waypoint is 12 degrees 28 minutes north and 124 degrees 12.0 minutes east. So for the fifth waypoint, 12 degrees 10.5 minutes north and 124 degrees 13.5 minutes east. And for the sixth waypoint, 13 degrees 10.8 minutes north and 124 degrees 17.5 minutes east. So for the seventh waypoint, so 13 degrees and 15.5 minutes north and 124 degrees 14.2 minutes east. And for the last waypoint, which is the from Gihalo Bay, the departure, the arrival is 13.42.9 minutes north and 124 degrees 53.3 minutes east. So here's now the from Gihalo Bay, the coordinates of 13 point. This is the waypoint 8, which is the 13.42.9 minutes north and 124 degrees 53.3 minutes east. So first calculation is I solve for the obstruction of Diamante Arcade, which is this Diamante Arcade. So here's now the problem solving. Here's now my equipment of meditation. So for solve for the obstruction of Diamante Arcade. So ship speed 10 knots, distance to the nearest underwater obstruction is 34 nautical mile, and so solve for the estimated time of arrival. So the formula is time equals distance over speed, which is the distance of 34 nautical mile and the speed of 10 nautical mile per hour. So I just simply divide it and I come up with the answer of 3.4. Then we have now the R, which is the 3, and next is we are going to get the minutes. So 4 times 0.60 is equals to 2.4 times 10 is equals to 24 minutes. So therefore 0.424 or R plus 0.500 hours is equals to 0.924 hours. So or the estimated time of arrival. So here's now the estimated time of arrival from Diamante Arcade. So first question is letter A, duration fall. So from 14.1415 hundredths minus 0.714 hundredths is equals to 7 hour and 1 minute. So here's now the answer for the duration fall of Diamante Arcade. So for the letter B, time of the nearest tide or the high tide. We're now going to solve for the high tide. So from 0.714 hours minus 0.924 hundredths is equals to 0.2 hours and 10 minutes. So after, then for the letter C, range of tide. So from 0.9 meter minus 0.3 meters equals to 0.6 meters equals 0.2 meter. This is now for the high tide at any time. So 2.0 meter. Then for the letter D, height of tide 0.714 hours is equals to 0.9 meter plus the correction to height, which is the 0.2 and I just simply add it. So 0.9 plus 0.2 is equals to 1.1 meter. So this is now the required height from Geomanti RK, 1.1 meter. Then solve for the underkill clearance or UKC. So the required height plus the soundings, which is the 64.0 meter, I just simply add it, so I come up with the answer of 65.1 meter. Then subtract with the visual draw with which is 53.1 meter, or this is now the underkill clearance from our vessel in Geomanti RK. So next is I solve for the San Bernardino Strait. So here's now the San Bernardino Strait up to. So for the solution of San Bernardino Strait, so solve for the obstruction at San Bernardino Strait. So same as ship speed is 10 nautical mile. Distance to the nearest underwater obstruction is 52 nautical mile. Ship's draft is 12 meter, and the departure time of 0500 on December 10, 2020. So excuse me, I'll go back to the obstruction of Geomanti RK. Here's now that the time of departure, so 0500 on December 10, 2020. So the coordinates departure, so 12 degrees 3.8 minutes north and 124 degrees 35.5 minutes east, and the arrival, the coordinates of arrival is 12 degrees 22.9 minutes north and 124 degrees 15.0 minutes east. So here's now the departure time and the coordinates of Geomanti RK. So I'll go back to the Bernardino Strait. So for the departure time is 0500 hours on December 10, 2020. So solve for eta. So for the same as the formula is time is equals to distance over speed, which is 52.5 nautical mile and 10 nautical mile per hour. So I just simply divide it also, and I come up with the answer of 5.25. So here's now the R. So next is I get to the minutes. So 25 times 0.6 is equals to 15 minutes. So here's now the minutes. Therefore 0515 minutes or hours plus 0500 hundreds is equals to 10 101500. So there's now the estimated time of arrival. So duration of fall, so 14-15 hours minus 0714 is equals to 7 hours and 1 minute. So this is now the duration fall. So for the letter B, time of the nearest tide, so from high tide, so for the high tide, 0714 minus 1015 is equals to 3 hours and 1 minute. So there's the nearest tides or the high tide. So range of tide from 0.9 meter minus 0.3 meters equals to 0.6 meter equals 0.4 meter. Then for the height of tide at 07/1400, so is equals to 0.9 meter, and the correction to height is, here's now the 4.0. Then I just simply add it, so I come up with the answer of 1.3 meter, and here's now the required height. So 1.3 meter plus the soundings, which is 14.6 meter, is equals to 15.5 meter minus 12.0, which is the vessel draft. So the underkill clearance for the Bernardino Strait is 3.5 meter. So for the given coordinates is from departure to arrival. So departure is 12 degrees 3.8 minutes north and 124 degrees 35.5 east. And for the arrival, 12 degrees 10.5 minutes north and 12 degrees 124 degrees 13.5 minutes east. Then for the last calculation for the San Bernardino Island, so solve for the obstruction at San Bernardino Island. Same as ship speed in nautical mile, distance to the nearest underwater obstruction is 58 nautical miles. So solve for estimated time of arrival. Formula: times equals distance over speed. So distance, which is 58 nautical mile, and the speed of 10 nautical mile per hour. So I just simply divide it, so I come up with the answer of 5.8. So here's now the R's. So next time we get also the minutes. So 8 times 0.60 is equals to 4.8 times 10 is equals to 48 minutes. So therefore 0.548 plus 0.500 is equals to 10:48 hours for the estimated time of arrival. So duration fall from 1500s minus 07/1400 is equals to 7 hours and 1 minute. So for the B time of the nearest tide, so for the high tide, 07/1400 minus 10:4800 is equals to 3 hours and 34 minutes after. So range of tide, 0.9 meter minus 0.3 meter is equals to 0.6 meter equals 0.5 meter. So for the height of tide at 07/1400 is equals to 0.9 meter, and the correction of height, which is the 0.5 meter, then I add it, so I come up with the answer of 1.4 meter, which is the required height. So now solve for the U key C for underkill clearance. So 1.4 meter plus 27.0 meter for the sounding. I just simply add it, so 28.4 meter minus the vessel draft, so 16.4 meter for the underkill clearance for the San Bernardino Island. That's all, sir.